to the... Oh, boy. Uh... Well, that may have turned on the live chat. I guess we'll see. But what is up, guys? It is Uncle Bob. And welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me. We are here to do what we always do on Saturday nights. We are here for some strategy Saturdays. I got my General Juice over here. The last time I'm going to buy this cheap whiskey for a while. Got my Dewar's White Label. Vagabond cheap hobo whiskey. But you know what? Gets the job done. Oh. Hope if you find this, you're doing all right today. Enjoying your Saturday. It was a long day today. Not a bad day, just a long day. Worked the last day of my vacation. Worked 4 out of 5 days of my vacation week. Which, you know, extra money's extra money. I need it. But yeah, I worked today. Came back home, managed to get a little bit of rest. And then after that, it was all just spending the day cleaning. I spent most of my time doing dishes. Cleaning the kitchen, because that's what I usually do, because I'm the one that usually makes dinner. So to be fair, I am the one who usually dirties up all the shit. The only thing my girl does that I don't do is she likes to do the stove. She likes the stove to be cleaned. I mean, she does cleaning jobs as like a side hustle. So, you know, she cleans ovens. So, you know, I get it. She wants to put in her own elbow grease for that. That's fine. It is what it is. I do the main one that everybody doesn't like doing, which is, of course, dishes. Not a soul likes doing that shit. But, you know, we do it anyway because we're adults. Oh. You know, it's kind of nice after the insanity that was last week. This week was just nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Last week, my son had not to be a bummer, my son had a seizure about a little bit more than a week and a half ago. And, you know, last week when I recorded this, he had just been home for a couple days. And I was still mentally just trying to unwind after all that. So, to see the difference in how the weeks went from one to the next, it's a pretty stark difference. This week was nice and cool for the most part. So, I like that. I like when everything is chill. I like when everything is relaxed. I like when there's no surprise hospital visits. That's what I like. The only problem we're having now, honestly, is that my son, because of him having that seizure, he's taking anti-seizure medications, but that seems to not be jiving too well with his ADHD medication, and the anti-seizure medication seems to be, I don't know if this is true, but it basically makes it seem like it's overriding his ADHD medication, and his ADHD medication is not taking effect. My son has, like, you know, he has ADHD. He chatters. And that's fine. But since taking this new medication the last week and a half, ooh, boy, this kid does not shut his yapper at all. It just goes. And it's not like he's even talking directly. It's almost more like his inner dialogue is completely outer. So a lot of times he won't even be talking to you. His voice will trail off to the side. Like, he'll just start mumbling. Like, he'll still be talking about whatever he's talking about. But he just kind of trails off into his own little voice land. And, you know, it's not even like directed speech where it's, you know, whatever it is he wants to talk about. Woo! That whiskey shot went down the wrong little pepe. Oh. But yeah, overall though, this week has been much better. His schooling though has not been very good this week. But because the medications are clashing, it's been having an effect on his schoolwork and on his school behavior. Which luckily it seems like yesterday, Friday, it seems like it was a lot better yesterday. Just by looking at the report that the teachers give daily on, the goings in and on. So, hopefully if we can keep that sort of just, that trajectory, we can be good. Because, I mean, who knows? Maybe after, a couple months, he'll have more control over his impulses just being on this medication. I don't know if that's something that usually happens to people, but, it could. What light is on? Oh, it's somebody brights in one of the driveways we're on. Jesus Christ. But yeah, he's doing good. He's doing real good. It was his birthday Friday, which is what, that was the one day of work I missed and didn't even bother coming in. It was like, it's my son's birthday. I'm going to stay home. So I did. Yeah, it sucks though. He is the baby boy. Because, I mean, I don't know how other countries do it, but here in America, once you're born in the month of September, you're a part of the, if you were to go into kindergarten and you were going to be turning, what age they turn? 6? Once September hits, that's the cutoff date, and it goes all the way till August. My son's birthday is August 22nd. He is, what is that? There's only 9 days of August that he could have been born in that would have made him any younger in his grade. Which I'm sure in middle school or high school, there will probably be at least one kid that's younger than him, but bruh, August 22nd, like, he's just turning 9 this year when all the other kids are turning 10. And once you're in high school, those yearly differences are still there, but not as pronounced. But in the elementary years, it is definitely rough. But he's doing his best. He's doing a good job. I kind of miss it because now the nurses have the ability to give him his medication, so I don't have to go there every day to go and see him. Because I always had an excuse to see him in the middle of the day, see my son after I got off work, give him a high five, Honestly, doing that was more for me than it was for him. But yeah, we'll have to see. And it sucks because trying to get a hold of the neurology department is so fucking annoying. They suck so much ass all the time. They're just so hard to get a hold of. They don't call people back, and I don't know why. One of the last times I called to get him a refill on his prescription, I called, and I was getting ready to, leave the message that I always have to leave. And I got through to someone, and I was like, oh, shit. Oh, wow. Whoa, this is awesome. I got a hold of somebody the first time I called. And, I'm giving her the name, the birthday, and she sees that they're at very least on the records. And then I start mentioning that he needs Focalin. And she's like, oh, you're in the wrong department. This is urology, not neurology, for urine and things related to that, especially for babies, make sure that, they're all healthy and stuff, And it was just like, wow, that's why I got a hold of you so fast. It's not even the right division. And it was so annoying because it was like, man, if my kid had something wrong with their, I don't know what, your urinary system, your waste disposal system, however you want to say it, if there was something wrong with that and I had to deal with this hospital, bro, I'd get through to them like that. But neurology, no. They suck. They suck so much. They're nice people, wonderful people. They do an excellent job taking care of my son. But getting a hold of them on the phone, Fuck. That is the worst. That's the one thing we can't get them to do. I'll start in a second. I got like, what, 5 minutes? Chill. Chill for 5 more minutes and then we'll get started. Oh, trying to finish this whiskey. That way I don't have to worry about drinking, because I will just leave it there. Oh, last time I'm buying this cheap junk for a good long while. I've been doing a pretty good job of saving up my the money I get from donating plasma. And I think I'm just going to keep doing that for a little while, and I'm going to... That Johnny Walker Blue Label, that $200 bottle of whiskey, I'm going to get that. It might take me like 6 more months still, but I'm going to get that. But yeah, I'm definitely not buying this bottom shelf stuff. You know, to be fair, there is even cheaper whiskey than Dewar's White Label. But, not all of them, but a lot of the ones I've seen that are cheaper, listen, I think I talked about this before. You know, I'm about to be 35 in a couple months, in like a month and a half. I'm going to be 35. But I remember what it was like being 21. And you know, when you're young, dumb, and full of cum, listen, I get it. But at my age, I'm not buying alcohol that comes in a plastic bottle. It's just not happening. And it doesn't matter if they have that same variety in a non-plastic bottle. No, fuck you. You have it in a plastic bottle. No thanks. Icky. Icky. That shows a not good quality that you got right there. And we do not want it. And it's not like Dewar's is that great either. But I tell you what, it ain't no plastic bottle. I tell you what. I'll tell you what. So this will last me for... This bottle will... it'll get me for air assault, air defense, and dog fights. This one will get me through the next 3. And that's good enough for me. Because Saturday is the only reason is the only day that I partake. Unless there's something special going on, I don't drink the rest of the week. I try to leave it for Saturday. The kids are in bed. Everything is at peace. And I can kill AI soldiers while having, for some reason, some strange regard for those that are on my side. Oh. Unfortunately, I can't look at anybody that might be typing in chat, which the last couple weeks, there's been a couple people that have typed in. And yeah, I can't really see any of it right now. I don't know why it's not popping up on my phone. I don't know why it's not showing. I don't have 2 devices like I used to where I could watch it, where I could look at chat on another device. Can't do that because I broke that phone. I dropped it and it cracked the screen and it... So, I don't have that extra device to be able to monitor, so unfortunately, I can't interact with anyone because, you know, as goofy as it is, I like seeing somebody say hi and then being able to call them out by their screen name and just be like, hey, yo, what up? I don't know why. It just always feels good. It's just about time to get started. Oh, let's take another drag right quick and then we will get started, guys. It's been the appropriate amount of time. All right, air assault. This mission deals with air units, fuel consumption, and anti-air defenses. Hopefully this one's better than the last one. The last one was just take a transport copter south, drop someone off, and capture it. That was lame. Good news. Orange Star's mid-tank development team has succeeded. Plus, you've also been given some new and improved anti-airs. Now let's discuss the current operation, Jackal. An entire company has disappeared on its way to the front lines. It was made up of mostly mid-tanks and tanks, so this is serious. It may mean that they ran into an air squadron complete with bomb. No, that's not possible. Forget it, it's nothing. I'm sure I'm just reading too much into the situation. Well, time to get moving. Mission 8. Air assault. Ha ha ha. Now, mobilizing your troops again, are you? Well, you're too late. Fly, my masters of the sky. Finish off these surviving troops. Then destroy that meddlesome Nell's units. We got guys behind enemy lines that we cannot defend. And then they're going to run out of fuel and they're going to be useless and it won't matter. Bombers are tough though. Alright, you got your stragglers. Enjoy your fucking empty calories. Oh, now see, this is a way more manageable spread. I see, my fears were well founded. He's got bombers and fighters too. This is bad. All of our units were deployed here. All of our units that were deployed here have been decimated. If we don't stop Olaf here, he'll push onward and cause even more damage. This is a major turning point. We must be strong. First, let me tell you about the new unit which has been assigned to you. You've seen plenty of booze. You've seen plenty of medium tanks, so you know how to use them, right? Against other ground units, they're practically unstoppable. But, as you've just seen, they're helpless against bombers. Okay, now let's look at the anti-air unit. Let's see what it can do. Select this one, please. Oh, it goes through like butter. This battlecopter is in the perfect spot. Attack it. Oop. 120% damage. Basically, there's not a buff it could get that would stop that. That's what anti-air units can do. You see how overwhelmingly powerful they are against air units. Plus, against ground units, mech, and infantry in particular, they're more effective than tanks. However, tanks will defeat them in head-to-head combat. Now that you understand anti-air units, I'll let you take command. Do you want some strategic advice? Yes. Watch out for fighters, bombers, battlecopters, and medium tanks. Thanks. Just watch out for everything. It appears the fighters and bombers don't have much fuel or ammunition. I was nervous at first, but we may get through this after all. With air units, you have to watch how much fuel they have. I already told you that copters use 2 fuel units per day. The other air units, fighters and bombers, use 5 per day. Yeesh. If they run out, they crash and the units are lost. Try to make the most of this intel. Let's talk more on strategy after the bombers and fighters are gone. Good luck. Sorry, we're just savoring that last sip. All right. I've had like a third of a handle. I'm on my William. What? Winston. Where did I get William? Probably just the W. I'm on my Winston Churchill tech of being boozed out on Scotch whiskey. So, I think we are in the perfect condition to be playing this game. And I'm going to do something that was probably frowned upon in good, jolly old England back in the 1940s. All right, let's crush these guys. Let's crush them. All right, let's get... Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be coming any other direction. It's not going to be like Fire Emblem with all their weird-ass reinforcements. Okay, you can take those. That is not about to help what's going on. Oh, wow, they're for real stranded. No can defend there. Alright, get rid of him. Those other mechs are going to hit them. They should survive. They should survive. I can't imagine them not surviving. Those guys are gone before they can even do anything. Now he's definitely gonna die. Didn't even try to fight back, lame asses. Alright, I missed what it says. First, the battle copters. The simplest thing to do is to use your infantry as decoys. Use them to draw the copters towards your anti-air. Well, my anti-air unit is gone. So we're going to have to improvise. Use them to draw the copters towards your anti-air units. If you take out the battle copters like that, then the fight is ours. As for the medium tanks, try to trap them and pound away with your artillery. Once that's accomplished, you'll be in complete control. Yeah, just so that. Alright. I didn't feel like reading the rest of all that nonsense. Okay. All right. Mm. Yeah, me losing that anti-air unit just kind of fucked up everything. I don't know how I didn't even notice that copter there. It just kind of messes everything up. Oh, that's unfortunate. So is that. Alright, get rid of the battle copter. Get it to fuck out my face. That's what I needed. Just some big guns. Resupply, why not? Alright, that's a little bit of sheep to the slaughter right there. And I don't mean to do it to y'all, but I kind of mean to do it to y'all. Excuse you. There we go. Yes. Yes. Worth it just to be a pain in his ass. Oh boy, whew, he was hanging on by the skin of his teeth. That's real cute. Get rid of him. Just like that. resupply my guy. And then there was one. Didn't do as much as I was hoping it was going to do. Not even going to dignify me with trying to do nothing. Nothing they can do anyway. I don't even know what I'm pretending. And mission complete. Well, we've learned that Olaf has readied his bombers and fighters. Well, the fact that he had no clue about keeping them supplied saved us. Good luck in the next battle. Keep up the good work. We forgot to refuel the tanks. What are you fools thinking? Is it that hard to refuel an aircraft? Just wait until next time. And speed is the thing that's lacking as always. Oh, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. All right. It is cool. That is it for air assault. Next week we come back for air defense. Air defense. Hopefully it's not going to be... Hopefully it'll be... Honestly, I want like a defense mission. I like it when there's other criteria than just wiping out the enemy. I like survival maps. I know one of the Fire Emblem that came out in the US first. I know that one in the beginning had a map that I just remember from my preteen years. Yeah, it's going to be about time for me to lay my head down and go sleepy sleep when I get inside. Hey, device, I need you to get up here. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. All right, cool. Well, map felt kind of short. Not as short as last week's, but still felt a little short. But we'll be on to... We'll be on to the next map next week. This next upcoming week is looking to be a good one. I'm back to working normal hours, so I can be ready to try and play whatever games UPS management wants to play. Luckily, most of my managers I deal with, I don't have that problem, but I do have a problem with a couple of the supervisors. One of the guys just likes to gargoyle right behind your shoulder Just stare at you, not say anything. Just, he's looking and he definitely judges. That's what he does. I don't even know his name because I only ever have to deal with him on Saturdays. And it annoyed me because I was working pretty steadily. And the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the regular old UPS delivery trucks, the regular trucks you see, I've never been able to load them. Not successfully, especially because most times you're loading, 2, 3, possibly even 4 sometimes. Usually 3's the number. Oh. Wow. My train of thought just went boop. 2, 3, or 4. I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. Jesus Christ. I am very tired. Holy shit. I don't usually lose my train of thought that bad. Is that the alcohol? I don't know. I'm too drunk to keep a train of thought, but not too drunk to where I can't outsmart video game AI, which is a little weird. Oh yeah, that was how many trucks to load. Duh. Talking about work. But yeah. Usually I have about 3 of those brown delivery trucks to load. And in the 6 years I've worked for UPS, I can never successfully do a pull. It just doesn't work for me. I'm just not organized enough. I'm not fast enough. I can get everything where it needs to go, just not in the time frame they need me to do it. And that obviously puts me at odds with a job where there is a time restraint. And the good thing is normally I only got to deal with that on... I only got to deal with that shit usually on Saturdays. It's just annoying when you get one of those jobs where, through the rest of the week, all the time, you're working one kind of job, and then one day out of the week, they're like, let us have you do this other job. And, I tried warning them, when I first came to this new building, because, you got to introduce yourself, you let them know what you're about, and I told them, like, listen, I'm not doing it to get out of doing it. I'm not doing this so you don't put me there, because you guys, I know UPS, you're going to put me wherever you're going to put me. But if you put me on delivery trucks all day, you are going to need to send me help. I hope you understand that. I am not good at this job. I just do not move fast enough. And I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it. Because this other warehouse, I have had to do it more often than I've ever had to do it over in Northbrook, which even once a week, that's more often, one way or the other. And but still, I'm never able to do it without help. And I told him, because clearly I'll go do it if you tell me to, but I'm letting you know I'm just not good at this job. And it's just annoying when you get one of those jobs that they put you in a space that you're not normally in, and then they will expect the same output out of you as the people you're working next to, because they'll, that guy I was talking about that was giving me a hard time, I was dealing with him, what was it? Dealing with him Thursday? And he's pointing, he's like, you only have 2 trucks. That person has 3 trucks over there. And I don't think he meant to show me, but on the clipboard that he was, writing down information on, I could see the total package count. And for 2 trucks, I had over 500. So both were over 250 packages each. And, that's not the most, but that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit, especially for me. And he was trying to use other people as examples as to how efficient I should be. And it's like, bro, these people they do this job every single day and have done it for years. I do big, dumb, brute work, just oonga boonga. That's what I do. That's what I'm best at. Especially because if I stand with good posture in one of the delivery trucks, vans, whatever they are, I'm basically as wide as half of the delivery truck, like the aisle on the inside. Once you start getting bulk packages, my size is just not conducive for being on the inside of those trucks. When, like, the big semis, I can load those easier than I can regular delivery trucks. Because either the delivery trucks are going to have designated spaces the way that, or the semis are going to have designated spaces the way the delivery trucks do. In which case, it's a semi. There's a lot more space. My brain can kind of, it's all good. I can deal with that. Or it'll be the kind of load where it's just heavy stuff bottom, light stuff on top, and it'll be basically filled to the point where the trailer will almost be overflowing with shit. But I can do both of those in semis. I can do those just fine. It's just for some reason when it comes to the delivery trucks, they're just so small, and my brain just does not want. Oh. But we'll see. We'll see how this week's going to go because, this last week, since I was technically on vacation, they could basically, since I'm not on the schedule and I'm coming in anyway, I can get cut whenever they want me to go. And I basically don't have any seniority because I'm on vacation. I already got paid for that week. But, when you got kids, you can't have a week where $0 go in your account and you're fine. Maybe people who are more well off can do that, but I cannot. So try to get, a little bit of work in there. Because of the medical emergency last week, I ended up having to work more this week. But, 4 out of 5 days only taking off my son's birthday, which was the whole reason I had this week off on vacation in the first place, was because of his birthday. Because my vacation weeks, I always put them on my kids' birthdays. So that way I'm home with them. Because, I don't know, I just feel like those are the best times to do it. Maybe at some point I'll take my birthday off as well. But for now, taking off my kids is good enough. But yeah, since I was technically on vacation, they could do whatever they wanted with me. They could use me like a common whore. But, overall, it was a good week. I'm ready next week for some more structure and just for everything to kind of be better overall. Oh, not ready for tomorrow though. I tell you what, tomorrow's gonna be a whole lot of just being outside and going to parks. See if I can get my kids to go to a disc golf park somewhere, because at least here in Illinois, most areas where you can disc golf, there is a playground somewhere. So probably take my kids to a playground, let them run themselves out a little bit. Woman's got a cleaning job. She'll be gone most of the day. And that means I gotta figure out dinner. Probably just pasta and some Alfredo sauce. Maybe the local grocery chain that's exclusive to the Chicagoland area is called Jewel Osco. And their delis, they have a grilled chicken that is heavily spiced. Not like spicy, but like it does have a kick, but it's just got so many herbs and spices, and it's got a nice zappy zap. Shred up some of that chicken and put it in some Alfredo sauce. We'll probably have ourselves a good dinner. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Go to the dollar store, get some on sale pasta and sauce, because, you know, money's not exactly overflowing right now. But, alright. That's going to be it for the day, guys. I had fun. I will be back next week for the next mission. So, yep. Till next time, guys. Peace.